What if I told you that one man controlled an entire American city? That he bought the police, corrupted the government, silenced his enemies, and became a millionaire by breaking every law imaginable. This is the true story of Al Capone, the man who turned Chicago into his personal kingdom, and the violent empire built on blood, booze, and fear. Al Capone rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most notorious crime lords in American history, wielding power through intimidation and ruthless strategy. In the heart of the Prohibition era, he turned Chicago into a city ruled by fear where alcohol flowed freely despite its illegal status. With his charm and ruthlessness, Capone built an empire that thrived on fear and loyalty, turning Chicago into his playground. He hosted lavish parties and enjoyed the high life. But behind the glitz was a world filled with violence and betrayal. Rival gangs sought to challenge him, and law enforcement began closing in. Yet every threat only fueled Capone's ambition, proving that he would stop at nothing to maintain his grip on power. Alphonse Capone didn't start as a kingpin. He started as a street kid from Brooklyn, but Chicago changed everything. In the 1920s, America banned alcohol, and overnight bootlegging became the most profitable criminal business in the country. Capone saw his opportunity. Under the mentorship of mob boss Johnny Torrio, Capone learned the rules of the underworld: bribe the police, control the politicians, and eliminate anyone who stands in your way. When Torrio was nearly killed by a rival gang, he retired, and Capone took over. At just 26 years old, he became the ruler of Chicago's biggest criminal empire. He made over $100 million a year in 1920s money. He ran illegal breweries, gambling houses, brothels, speakeasies, and a network of bootleggers so large that Chicago citizens joked, "You can't have a drink in this city without paying Capone first." But power came with enemies. Rival gangs fought back, bullets filled the streets, and Chicago became known as the murder capital of America. Capone didn't care. He drove through the city in a bulletproof car surrounded by guards armed with shotguns and Thompson submachine guns. To the public, he played the role of a generous celebrity. To his rivals, he was a nightmare. Everything changed on February 14, 1929, the day that exposed Capone's brutality to the world. 7 members of a rival gang were lined up inside a garage and executed by men dressed as police officers. This became known as the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Capone was in Florida at the time, but everyone knew who ordered the hit. The message was clear: Chicago belongs to me. The massacre shocked America. Newspapers called Capone public enemy number 1, and suddenly the U.S. government had only one mission: bring him down. In the aftermath, the streets of Chicago buzzed with fear and whispers of retaliation. Gang leaders convened urgently, their plans unfolding like a game of chess in the high-stakes world of organized crime. Law enforcement tightened its grip, but Capone's network was vast, and loyalty ran deep. Each day brought new developments, each more shocking than the last, as the city grappled with the consequences of that fateful day. The race to bring Capone to justice intensified, setting the stage for a battle between law and order and the criminal empire he had built. But here's the twist. Capone wasn't arrested for murder, extortion, or bootlegging. He was taken down by taxes. Federal agents, the famous Untouchables led by Eliot Ness, built a financial case proving Capone owed the government thousands in unpaid taxes. In 1931, Capone was convicted and sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. His empire collapsed almost overnight. He was sent to Alcatraz, where isolation and untreated syphilis slowly destroyed his mind. By the time he was released, the once feared king of Chicago was a broken man. He died in 1947, forgotten, sick, and powerless. If you want more shocking true crime stories, subscribe and let me know what case I should uncover next.